Alrighty, Shawn Fury here with Shawn Fury's Hero Training School, wrapping up the last video on need satisfaction and heroism. Not the last video in the series, though, of this training, but last person I wanted to talk about is V from the movie V for Vendetta. You might remember him as the guy who was a prisoner in some kind of internment camp where he was tortured and ended up getting burned in a fire. And he discovered that he could do something to make things better in his society, which was being oppressed by someone evil, right? Who was doing a lot of damage to the people and culture there. And so, what was V's thing, right? What did he do besides say a lot of words that started with V? He facilitated an experience for both victims and for perpetrators. And guess what that experience was? Justice. So victims felt like justice was served when he acted. And perpetrators also felt like justice was served when he acted, right? They said, I've been waiting for you to show up. I knew you were going to come for me because they had wronged him, right? You see, in real life, people do real things that have a real impact on other people and places. And that real impact can actually be wrong. It can actually have, um, you know, been a misdeed. And a lot of people don't like to acknowledge that. We don't want to hurt anyone's feelings. We don't want to make anyone like lose face or look bad publicly. Certainly, we don't want to look bad publicly. But guess what? If you place your own desire to look good publicly above the health and functioning of the social environment as a priority, then if you have, if your desire to save face is more of a priority to you than the health of the environment is, then you're going to always choose yourself over the health of the environment. Because guess what? Sometimes being heroic does not look good. People don't like it when you're heroic, right? Especially if the people that you're being heroic with are villains. Villains do not want you to make things better. So, the fact that V was all burned up and stuff is kind of a metaphor for the fact that not only do people think you're a troublemaker when you're actually being heroic, or they might describe you that way, but you also are going to look a lot of times like you're doing something wrong because maybe you're the only person in the entire school classroom who's saying enough is enough, this bullying is not okay. Or Mr. Teacher, why are you just sitting there and letting this kid get bullied? Or daycare provider, why is my daughter being mistreated at school and no one's doing anything about it? This is not okay. So they might think I'm a jerk for bringing that up, but what's more important, me looking like a jerk or my daughter being healthy, right? Or my son, or myself being healthy and maintaining that internal hero status, right? Because that's my true self. So I'm staying true to myself, even though I might be suffering from social rejection when I make good choices. And so, lastly, just to wrap up this section on needs, you can see that there's about 12 reasons I just gave you to be heroic, to intervene on your own behalf and on behalf of others. And those reasons are getting your own needs met, right? You have a innate drive that you were born with to satisfy your basic human needs for equality, safety, autonomy, respect, right? Trust, sufficiency, transparency, balance, hope, and peace and justice, right? These are all things that you need to have present in every situation, every day, in order to maintain that flourishing life that you deserve, right?